All right, well, today we're gonna be leveling some low spots on the lawn. So back here, right here, is the spot that I'll be doing. So we're just gonna be focusing on this spot right now. Wow, look how good the grass is looking now. I mean, wow. Man, that looks good. That looks so good. I'm really excited with the dirt booster and the scalping results. It's looking awesome. But yeah, we're gonna just be fixing any low spots. So this one will specifically be doing this section right here, just for this video. But if I see any other spots, I will be adding it to other videos, you know? So we'll just go as I see them, because I've already leveled my lawn before, and each year you lose some of it. Here's the front. It's looking awesome up here too. Look at that. Looking real nice. And when I see my neighbor next, I'm gonna help them with whatever they need help with and get their stuff looking good too. They got some like soil down and stuff, but yeah, I mean, look at that, looking awesome. You know, like right here, I could do a little bit of leveling. Maybe we'll throw that in. And right here are my two main spots. Everything else is very flat and filled out. I even did the sidewalk strips last season, but looking awesome. So let's go ahead and go straight to Lowe's, and I'll show you what I use to level my lawn and fix low spots. I've actually used sand and soil, but I recommend that you use whatever soil is in your area. So if you've got like a sandy soil, I would add more sand to soil ratio when you're doing this. So all we're gonna be getting from Lowe's is just sand and some soil. And I'll probably only be getting one bag of sand. That's it. And that's because I know my lawn, I know my soil, and I know my area is filled with clay. We have compacted clay soil. The last thing I want to do is put a bunch of sand, top dress with sand all over my yard. It's not a good idea. This is not a golf course. It's a residential neighborhood. So like drainage wise, you're going to have foundation problems. It's a thing that's going to happen, or could happen. And also putting down that amount of sand, it's not that good of an idea. At a golf course, they're aerating every day. They're doing all sorts of stuff, especially in the summertime, the springtime, fall, all the seasons. They're doing stuff. We're going to be doing stuff as long as we can until we're covered with snow. But I really don't recommend that you just throw a bunch of sand and start rubbing it in or doing something like that. It'll look nice for a couple of seasons, and then you'll start to have problems. So don't do that. But let's go to Lowe's. I'm going to show you what I buy, what I use, and then we're going to get to work straight in the backyard. So looking forward to this one. Always look forward to projects, and I got a pretty cool project coming up next as well. So I'll be talking about that later. But yeah, let's get to Lowe's and let's go get some stuff. All right, so just got the Lowe's, and I will show you exactly which soil that I was talking about, like which one you want. And we're also going to pick up some bags of this mushroom compost as well. All right, so mushroom compost, we'll get some of this. Forgot my gloves. I only need like 2 bags of this. That's all we're going to need for that. All right, so your sand and soil thin. Soil already has sand in it. So that's why I'm saying you don't want to dump a bunch of sand on your lawn. It's really not a good idea. But finding the right topsoil is. So you'll see they have a lot of different ones. So you got like poultry mix, and over here, there's flower and vegetable garden soil, right? And then of course you have like your what is this? The Scott's, your lawn soil. Now, I've used this stuff and it's not bad, but the problem is it's very overpriced. But a little trick is look for bags that are ripped, right? And then that way you'll know that you're not getting a bunch of bark or something mixed in with your stuff. So there's always going to be a ripped bag. This is the one that I usually use. No, it's this one right here. So you can see it's got little things of wood chips in there a little bit. but the price is right. Still a little bit more this year. But see, rip bag right here. You can get a good look and see what we're working with. So the wood chips are like that. We'll grab a couple of these. Always gonna have a little bit of wood chips or something in it. Unless you throw down potting soil, but you don't wanna do that. This is gonna have some native stuff in it too, because it's from my area, which is another thing that we wanna do, is make sure that it's local. Now, if there is weeds and stuff in this, which there usually is, even if it says there's not, there usually is, then we'll be throwing down some tenacity anyway, so we'll be good. But right now I've got the mushroom compost, and I've got the all-purpose blend, and I've got 3 bags of that, and then 2 of the mushroom compost. And then we're gonna get a bag of sand too, and I'll probably grab 1 more of these. All right, well, wind's kind of picking up, so hopefully you can still hear me okay, but I got 2 bags of mushroom compost, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 bags of the topsoil, and there's a bag of sand down there. You can't see it, but I just got play sand because I want something real fine that's been screened. I don't want any like little pebbles or anything. That's all up to you, but I personally, I've seen all different types of sand. I actually have a type of like, I forget what it's called, but I have one in my garage too that's all white, and I can't remember what it's called right now, but this stuff's better if you just get the play sand or just like a medium fine sand that's been screened. That's all you need. I'm just using a bag, the mushroom compost, and this topsoil. But that's all you need for that one little area I showed you in the back. This is it. And then I picked up some neem oil because I noticed some powdery mildew on my one of my fruit trees. It always happens though. And we've got a bunch of rain coming as well. So that is not gonna do anything but start pushing everything. So I'm looking forward to that. But I hope that helps. So you kind of know what to get. And you know, if you want to level your entire yard, I recommend you just get a sand and soil, like a 70-30 or something soil to sand ratio. 70% soil and 30% sand. Maybe even 20% sand here where I live, just because of all the clay. That you typically will be good with. And like I said, all soil already has sand in it. So yeah. Otherwise, you just bought a bag of dirt, so you don't want that. And I'm sure even the dirt's got some sand in it too. But yeah, pretty basic stuff. We got that. I'll show you the tools when we get back, and then we'll get straight to work. And I spent with the neem oil, which was like 10 bucks. I was like 40 bucks for everything for this little project. So USD, not bad. All right, back in the garage. So I got a couple tools here to show you. First things first, you're gonna need a cart. So I'll be transporting all my material, in this case, our sand and soil and compost, in this gorilla cart. So we got the gorilla cart, check. Next thing we're gonna need a leveling rake. I got this one, if I can figure out the name of the company that makes this one, I'll put a link for it. But I've had this one for years. It's super heavy. It's a big one too. You can see my foot. And all of this, it's steel, and it was done right. So this thing, it really works good. Some of the ones you'll see, they have a lot of cheaper ones. TikTok shop or TikTok and like all that type of stuff. Don't get those ones, they're not good. Get one of these. I'll try to find a link for it. But it's any good landscape supply store online will sell you one of these, or something that's forged. You can see where it's welded real good and stuff. Look for that, and you want a big one. If you got a small little space, sometimes they make a smaller one. I even think this one might be kind of one of the smaller ones, but you can see that size. And then you just need a regular rake, and then we're gonna cut the grass first. So I'm gonna hit it with the reel mower first. I'm gonna hit it with this Toro mower right here next to kind of get up some of the stuff. Yeah, and if I need to get out the weed whacker or something like that to get up on the curb better, I'll do that too. just because of the spot we're working in. But let's get all this stuff to the back, and I'll show you one more time everything I've got. We'll mow, and then let's get this thing level. All right, got everything moved back here, and we're ready to reel mow. I'm gonna reel mow it first. Look at how crazy green and thick this lawn already is. I mean, from that scalp, it looks crazy good back here. But yeah, I'm just gonna scalp this section right here. We're gonna go from like here to there is what we're doing. We're gonna fix this, make it more. Hit it with the reel mower first. We'll come back with the mower, and then we'll get to work with all this stuff. All right, so I'm just grabbing the rotary scissors. You can use a weed whacker or whatever, but we're done with the reel mowing. So now I'm gonna take this right here, and then we're gonna trim up all of this right here so it's even. But you can see how low it is. We're gonna get that level up to here, hopefully. But yeah, I'm just gonna trim this up real quick, and then we'll start getting this stuff down. I was hoping I wasn't gonna have to need this or the trimmer, but you know, when I get it done right, don't wanna be out here wasting my time for no reason, right? Wanna do it perfect every time, or at least try to achieve perfection with it. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just wanna get it as level as possible. But let's see, I think we got everything we need so far out here. And yeah, it's looking good. So let's get the trimming. Let's go. All right, well, just got done with that. That was, the grass is very thick right here, that's for sure. But here, check it out. We got done with the reel mowing, and now I've got a defined edge. You can see how now you can really see where we're really gonna be working on that level. So now I can really see it. We'll probably stop like right around here, something like that. Over here, it's pretty good. There's just one little flat spot that was over here, but yeah, now you can see what I mean, how it's not level. So we'll raise that up, and it's funny because the edging's not level here either, but it rises over here. I don't know, but we're gonna get that done right now. All right, now we gotta get the regular mower, and then we'll mow all that stuff up, and then we'll come back, start mixing our stuff, and then we'll start leveling. But looking good, looking really good. All right, just finished mowing, so I think it looks pretty good. I was kind of like moving it like this, the mower, a lot, so you can get it to stand up and then you come back and cut again. Try that sometime when you cut in a tight spot. It'll really help you get stuff to stand up. But you'll see, we've totally got, now you can see the whole area that we'll be leveling. Now it's almost like it's making a triangle right here, but it's just exposing what isn't level, whereas the grass is super thick and higher right here. But yeah, I think we're good to mix up now. So let's get that stuff mixed.
Oh.
All right, well, looking a heck of a lot better. You can see the edge now, looks a lot cleaner. So what I'm gonna do is, just because that was such a big little drop right there, I might add one more bag, but I forgot. I've got a compactor. It's a manual one, and I actually do highly recommend you use them, especially for stuff like this. This is exactly what they're for. So I'm gonna find that real quick. I don't know, we're gonna smash the ground down a little bit. Good stuff. Just working it in. It takes a while, so don't give up. And if you can't see your grass, but you can see grass coming through, you're good, because remember, I kind of scalped it right there, so you're probably not going to see grass, at least for about 3 days. 2 to 3 days, but we'll keep an eye on it, and I'm going to get it. It's supposed to rain for the next 2 days, but I'm going to give it just a light little sprinkle. That's it. Like, I'm talking like 60 seconds. That's it, and done. I don't want to get it like a fungus or anything like that because of the humidity, and it's going to get plenty of rain. But just want to do that just so it settles a little bit. But it's looking good. I'm almost done over here. I'm just working on this corner now, but everything on this side's good and this side's good. I'm just working right there. That's it. And once I'm done with this little section right here, then we'll wrap up the video. But that's all it is. That's all there is to it. If you're doing your entire yard, I would recommend getting it delivered. And like I said, depending on where you live, just make sure you only use about 30% sand, because sand is not for residential properties. A small amount is, but you start using a lot of that stuff, it's no good. You live in like South Carolina or in the desert somewhere, yeah, throw as much sand down as you want. I mean, eventually it's gonna become like concrete, but but yeah, looking good. We'll finish up, and this is gonna help boost the soil here as well. Is gonna be awesome. I'm really liking this soil. It doesn't have too much the wood chip stuff going on. What we're going for, we just want it to look just like that, exactly like that. So far so good. Looking awesome now. Looking really good. All right, well, just got done with that, so we'll see how it works. It should work pretty good. Every time I've done it back here, I've done it the same way. At the end there, I started to add a little bit more on the edge here, and yeah, looks good to me. It's good and flat, nice and hard packed, and you'll be surprised how quickly it starts to look like that. So we'll keep an eye on it. I'm thinking like 3 days, something like that, plus all that rain we're gonna get. I mean, you can see over in the corner, it's already starting to pop through right there. So, but yeah, that's that. That's how you raise your land up. And you're never gonna get this thing perfectly like flat all the way across. You don't want that. You can't really tell from here, but there's just a little bit of an incline, like about that much, going like this so that water doesn't pool up. And that's how you should always have stuff kind of concaving, or whatever you want to call it, ramping that way. But it's not too much because it's even down here. It's a very just slight, how the ground originally was is how I kept it. But yeah, that's how you level. So just remember the thing I taught you about the sand. That's the most important thing. You can throw sand and soil down on your grass all day long, and your grass is going to grow right through it. So if you feel like you put too much down, or you did something like that, you're good. Just don't pour sand all over your yard and you'll be fine. And even if you do that, you're going to be fine for a while, until a couple of seasons, and then you'll start to see the water cloggage and the water problems that can lead to water getting under your foundation and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm gonna get inside, I'm gonna finish this up, I'm gonna blow the back real quick, and that'll be the end of this. So I hope you know how to level up your spots in your yard now. That was a much bigger spot than it seemed, but I still, now I have one bag of the compost left. So I ended up using everything. You kind of just got to judge it, go with it how it is, you know, like you might have to go back and get more, who cares, whatever. You'll probably end up wanting to do that anyways to get something else, right? But yeah, I think everything's looking good back here. The level spot, if you're coming from here and you look, it definitely looks a lot better. And if you want to put seed down, you can, but this is pretty established. I mean, seed's not really going to help this grow back. What's going to help grow back is making sure there's no weeds that try to fight it, and you know, make sure it gets some water. Let me get this rug and everything blown off, get it watered, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching the Yard Dad. Hope you learned something today. That's a pretty easy lawn leveling right there, 101. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. So it's looking spooky up there. And if I can zoom in a little bit, you can still see there is snow on the mountains up there. So, crazy Utah weather.